We're camping at Bill Frederick Park at Turkey Lake, and I got a surprise for you. Check it out. Hey guys, I'm Kevin with Camp Outside, your inside source for all things outside. We're camping at Bill Frederick Park at Turkey Lake in Orlando, right? It's this city park. It's owned by the city of Orlando. There's a beautiful lake behind me. It's a nice little campground. And we are camping with some special people, so stay tuned because you're going to see that. It's pretty exciting, I know, but for right now, let me give you a little campground tour and show you what we're having for breakfast. So here's the view out of the back of our site, and you can see the lake back there. Unfortunately, there's a fence that keeps people out of the campground, which means we can't just walk down to the lake, which is kind of a bummer. So here's the cargo camper. Barb and I are just staying in the cargo camper for right now. My camp kitchen's a little bit of a mess as I make breakfast. We rolled in last night. Here's the Kemp bus. And, you know, these are, nice little grassy sites. There's no fire pits here, right? So you can't have a fire unless you bring your own fire pit, I guess. I'm guessing that's legal. And then the other thing is they don't let you hang anything on the trees. So you can't hang hammocks or anything like that. So if you want a hammock, you need to have a hammock stand. Other than that though, it's a pretty nice place. So it's time to check on breakfast. And we are having chocolate chip muffins, and they feel ready. That looks amazing. Chocolate chip. Breakfast of champions. All right, guys, that breakfast was awesome. That chocolate chip muffin ring is always so good. Now I'm on my way to see the special guest of this video. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so I made it down to the campsite where the special guests are. I'm about to put them on camera. We're getting one of them wired up with a mic because we are going to do a 60-minute style interview. I know you guys are super excited. So let's see who's on camera. Edye Beans and Stu Beans. Little House of Beans. I'm getting wired for sound. Here we go.
Hair and makeup.
Oh, hair and makeup is done. Well, I'm super excited to be here today because we have been trying to get together and camp for, 2 years now? I don't even know how long, but bottom line is finally getting to camp with my friends Edye and Stu with Little House of Beans, and we thought it would be fun to just do a candid interview. So Edye has no idea the questions I'm going to ask her. Of course, this is going to be hard-hitting journalism, guys, the kind of stuff that you would expect from Camp Outside. We are not going to pitch her any softballs like, what's your favorite color? I already know the answer is green, and that's the right answer, by the way, guys. Green is, or should be, your favorite color. So anyway, but I thought it would be really fun to just sit down with Edye. I'm going to learn things that I don't know about her. She's going to tell me some Stu stories, which would be great so that we can make fun of Stu a little bit. But we're just going to have a great time. So I hope you really enjoy this hard-hitting journal-style interview. We're going to put 60 minutes to shame right now. All right, so Edye, it's so good to sit down here with you and to be able to interview you a little bit. So I like to do a little life story stuff. So tell me, where were you born? Where did you grow up? Like, what was your early childhood like in a nutshell?
It was actually super fabulous. So, what many people don't know about me is I actually was born in Israel to Russian parents who were immigrants, Russian and Romanian. From there, we moved to Russia, spent a couple of years, moved when I was 2 to the US, straight to Brooklyn, New York, and spent a very long life there on Long Island and a little bit in Queens growing up. And then I met Stu later in my life, and we then moved to Florida, and we are here over a decade.
Wow, that's incredible. I had no idea you were such a international baby. That's fantastic. So obviously, I've spent just a little bit of time in New York, but not a lot. But there's not a lot of rural areas, not a lot of, I mean, there's Central Park, but there's not a lot of nature, yet here you are doing kind of an outdoor cooking channel, a camping channel on YouTube. Did you get outside a lot as a little girl, and what was your outdoor experiences like?
That is a great question. So my father worked 24/7, and it was mostly my mother and I, who also worked many hours and days. The free time that my father actually did have, he took me to Flushing Meadow Park, which is in Queens, New York, and we used to go fishing probably every other weekend. And that's when my love of the outdoors began. I always remember watching TV with him, and the only channel, he would watch was the National Geographic Wildlife Channel, and I have a love of nature ever since.
So Edye, one of the things that you always do on your YouTube channel is cook. You make a variety of things from main dishes to desserts to appetizers, all kinds of things in the Omnia Oven. Tell me a little bit about how you learned to cook and where you learned to cook.
So I get all my cooking experience and background from my mom. She had always made everything and anything from scratch. And at the time, growing up, funds were a little limited. So she had to be very creative and substitute ingredients and experiment. So I picked that up from her. It's actually an ongoing joke with my friends that she would literally take rocks and twigs and make a soup out of it, and it would be like a Michelin meal. It really would. So I get my love for cooking through her.
Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, and I watch your videos. I watch all your videos. I don't miss a single one because I'm always looking for inspiration. I love the Omnia Oven. It's changed the way we eat at the campsite. But I'm always looking for inspiration, but I am mostly like a box mix guy. I cheat. I look for things that are easy. But one of the things I really like about your recipes is that you've adapted things to the Omnia Oven, but you also show little tips and tricks. And I don't know if people necessarily pick it up, but the way you store your ingredients, like in Ziploc baggies and things like that, make it easier for campers to kind of reproduce this at the campsite. Where did that come from? How did you decide to organize your videos in such a way that people could actually do this while camping? They don't have to do it in the kitchen.
That's a great question. I love it. So Stu and I are camping a lot. Every couple weekends we go camping. And space is, of course, limited when you camp. So yes, you have the collapsible bowls, and we do use that quite a bit. But when Stu records me making a meal using the Omnia, I said to myself, what can I use to store the ingredients and make filming and make the dish when you're camping a little bit easier? So I said, why not put it in Ziplocs, like dry ingredients, the flour, the sugar, things like that. And, I'll label it. The measurements will be on the little Ziploc, the ingredient, and the viewer can see what I'm adding into the bowl. So that has made it a lot easier, and packing is easy. You just grab and you pre-measure everything. So you're not at the campsite with, a zillion little measuring cups. Not that I don't have a couple, but it just makes life a whole lot easier. And throw everything in the bowl or whatever dish I'm making, and it makes sense to use a little Ziploc.
So for as long as I've known you guys have been camping in a camping trailer. And you just recently made a change. You're no longer camping in a trailer. Tell me a little bit about your campsite setup. How do you like it? And do you see that as your future in camping, or are you going to make a change again here in the future?
I love that question. So yes, we usually camped in our camp light, which I still love. I love it. Stu came to me one day and said, let's change it up. He grew up camping in a tent. He loves looking at the stars at night. He loves hearing the little acorns drop on the car. He loves the little noises all these little exotic bugs make. So he said, let's try tent camping. And we did camp in New York using our Marmot tent, which I still love. So it's just a little change, a little different experience. I don't know if I prefer one to the other yet because we just started our camping season using our new tent, Zempire. Stu will make a separate video regarding our new Zempire tent. And so far, it's wonderful. It's a different experience. It's a little colder, but for now, we're in November, and it's still Florida. Florida nights are a little chilly. So I think at the end of the camping season, which will be February, March, I'll know better whether I prefer one to the other. The RV, it's a little easier because everything you have is, contained, whereas tent camping, maybe there's more preparation, right? And more, Stu has to figure out where to put things, where to store things in his truck, what fits. Things that are able to roll up easy, or have a bin that stacks well. So it's a little bit more challenging. Not that it's not as fun, but we'll see where it takes us come March.
Yeah. No, I love tent camping. As you know, we're tent campers, but we have a trailer that we can stay in, and in fact, that's what we're doing here. Is because we just didn't pack the tent for this trip. But it's fun to have options, and I always tell people there's no wrong way to get outside as long as you're getting outside.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But it's tent camping is a fun way to experience the sounds of nature at night, and we love it. We were camping one time in the woods, and we were surrounded by a parliament of owls who were just calling all night long, and it was so loud that we could barely sleep, but we were just sitting there just laughing at these owls, and so I always, if I can, sleep to the sounds of nature. So I think you'll enjoy the tent as you go, but it's definitely a new experience.
Love that.
That's awesome. So let's do some hard-hitting questions now. What is it like to camp with Stu?
Okay. The pro is he is super organized. He will research a new product for weeks. He reads all the reviews. He will not even buy a pen without researching it. He's very creative. He makes sure that my comfort and my dog's comfort is number one. I have a foam mattress going on top of my air bed. We have a heater. There's no little luxury to make camping not enjoyable from him, and I'm blessed to have him that way. Con is plural. He snores at night.
No.
He does a lot. He's a little messy, he's a man. He's a little messy, so I find I have to tweak little things. But other than that, it really is a beautiful life that he's created for me, and that's the truth.
He doesn't sound like too bad of a camping companion. So as you know, we camp with two lovable nutcases that are dogs, right? And camping with dogs is a special challenge. What are your secrets to camping with a dog? What do you do to make your time with your dog enjoyable when camping? Like what is it about having a dog that makes camping special for you?
So we take our pooches every camping trip that we can. Their time is short here, 12, 15 years, and we try to make it as enjoyable as we can. So we have little fences around our area so they can go in and out as they please. I bring lots of treats. I bring their toys, just things from home to make it feel like their second home. Right, Chopin?
Yeah, you could just speculate the fences, I'm showing.
And so who is this?
Well, this is Chopin.
Okay.
Chopin, Frederick Chopin.
A composer.
Absolutely. He really is the symphony. Right?
And I understand he talks to you.
He does have a voice. He's very opinionated.
Well, my opinions are the ones that count, I'm showing.
And so who does his voice?
I do the voice. What are you talking about?
Chopin does the voice.
Chopin does the voice.
Of course he does.
I do the voice.
He talks.
stupid.
He's very, very smart.
Genius level, I'm showing.
He sounds smart. Definitely.
He really is. You know, like mother, like son.
Right. Right. And what is your favorite place that you've taken him camping?
Oh, there's just so many. You know, it's hard to pick one. You know, each campsite has something I like and something I don't like. There was, and I forget the name, excuse me. There was a campsite in North Carolina, right on the beach. I love that. The spaces were a little tight. The sites were a little tight, but I did have an ocean view, so I overlooked that. But it was beautiful, and I can't remember the name. Maybe Stu does.
So the penultimate question, it's very important to use words like penultimate when you're doing interviews. You have cooked all over the world. You've prepared incredible dishes. But you recently were a competitor in a brownie competition where you were bested by a hack who used a box mix. And that hack was me. How did it feel?
So it was beyond fun competing with you. So I used the box mix as well. I tried to take it up a notch, right? So instead of oil, I used butter. I tried every hack to make it bakery-ish, which clearly didn't work because you are the winner. But I think it would be fun if we do a rematch one day.
Wow, challenging the Brownie King. That's bold. That's a bold move.
Yeah,
I hope it works out for you.
You might be surprised.
All right, so what comes after the penultimate question is the ultimate question. What would you like people to know about you or you and Stu that you haven't yet shared on your YouTube channel?
So this is quite a funny answer that I have. Growing up, I have always wanted to be on the radio. I wanted to be a radio personality, have my own show, you know, WEDYE. That hasn't worked out, but still dream about it. I was lucky enough to do a podcast with Jeremy from RV Atlas, which was the closest I ever got to being on the radio. So I still have a passion for it. I still dream about it, and maybe one day I will have my own.
Well, Edye, this has been an absolute blast. I really enjoyed sitting down and just doing this interview style thing. This is brand new for my channel. I've never done anything like this. This is so fun. I hope to do this again with others, and maybe we'll put Stu in the hot seat one of these days, and I can grill him with some hard-hitting journalism. But it's just been great to ask you these questions. I watch your videos all the time. I kind of YouTube stalk your channel and learn things about how to use the Omnia Oven. And we make strombolis because of you when we're camping. And there's just so many things that we do now in the Omnia Oven because of you. You've changed the way we eat when we camp, which is just amazing. So fun for us. So I want to thank you for taking the time. And guys, we are going to do some more. We are camping through tomorrow. So I'm going to shoot some more footage of our time. I know Edye's going to make some dinner tonight. I'm super excited about that. Who knows what that's going to be? I'm sure it's going to be good. And I might even make a brownie because I am the Brownie King. So man, that was a fun interview with Edye, but guys, you've got to see the tent that Stu and Edye are camping in. I know we talked about it a little bit in the interview. So I got Stu here, so we get Stu on camera. And Stu, why don't you take us around your tent and just give us a little tour. I'm gonna flip the camera around and then I'll just follow you around and you tell us what you got here.
We can do the outside first.
Outside first.
And then I can show you the interior.
Perfect.
And I can talk about where we are in our new tent life.
Awesome.
As we go.
Hashtag tent life.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so the tent that you're going to see here is from a company out of New Zealand called Zempire. Not overly popular here in the States, but I think they will become more popular as I've seen REI is starting to carry some of their products. The reason I bought this particular tent is because the conditions in New Zealand and Australia and over there are much harsher conditions than we have here. And I wanted my next tent to be sort of bomb-proof.
Yeah.
In the sense that I could, living here in Florida, I could camp maybe in a Category 1 hurricane or something of that nature. So this particular tent that we're going to show you is an inflatable tent.
Inflatable. Stu likes most things inflatable.
I do.
Just we're going to leave it right there.
Yeah.
Most things inflatable.
Let's not dig any deeper than that.
Right. Well, I'm going to spin the camera around, Stu. Why don't you take us around and show us what you got?
Okay.
Go.
Okay, so like I mentioned, this is an inflatable tent, and this particular one from Zempire, this is called the Air Force One V2 or version 2. This is a canvas tent, so it is a very heavy duty tent. And of course, anybody who's camped with canvas knows that most of the time you get 4 seasons camping with canvas. So I'll walk you around. This whole thing has air beams throughout, and you'll see those air beams when we go inside. But if I follow you around this way, let me get some of my stuff out of the way. We have an awning area, and then we have our living room area, and this has a plastic window, and then there's mesh here that I can roll up and I can roll down, and I can also take these. I can take them completely out. Right, so there's Velcro here, and I can take these out and put it all the way out and make an awning. And then I have a complete walkway on either side of the tent. Right now, I like them closed, and I'll show you why later. Very, very heavy duty zippers all the way down. I have guy lines all around the tent, which we don't need on this particular camping weekend because it's not windy at all. So that's the midsection. The back section is our bedroom. So this whole thing is mesh. I can open up the windows from the inside rather than the outside. Who wants to do that in the rain? No one. And come back around. We have the back of the tent here, which also has an entire mesh window here. And if I can guy line this out, so if it's raining, the rain will hit this and not go into the window. We come around to the other side, and this is the side, same thing as the other side. This is where my inflation and deflation is. So on the corners here, Kevin, you can see here, this is a deflation point. So if I open this up, that's one of the deflation points. There's 4 on this side. What I like about this particular tent is there's a single inflation point, which is right here. And when you buy a Zempire tent, they give you a pump, a hand pump, which I've seen people pump one of these up in 7 or 8 minutes by hand. I am not in the best of shape where I want to be hand pumping, so I have a Zempire 12-volt pump. So I hook it up here, and this guy is inflated in full in under 10 minutes.
Wow.
So while I'm doing that, while this is inflating on its own, I'm off unpacking the car with other stuff. So one deflation point, there's another deflation here. You come back around, and there's another deflation here. And then there's one at the very end at the awning over here. So when we pack up, I undo all 4 of the deflation points, and we wait for it to deflate, and then we start folding, and then we belly up and get some of the air out, and we start folding, and we fold it up. It actually goes right back in the bag that it came in, and then it goes on the back of the hitch that I put on the truck, because packed up this weighs 126 pounds.
So there are no rigid poles in this at all?
Nope. No, you want to go inside and I'll show you those?
Absolutely.
Okay, so be careful because
I'm going to go around.
And I'll show you the interior. We put our little doggy fences up here, so watch your step, Kevin.
Yep.
So we come in, and again, this is the awning area right here. And now you can see the air beams. If you come over on this side, Kevin, and you face this way, these are the air beams that are enclosed. So I can unzip these things and show you what an air beam actually looks like. And if you could just hear the sound, how heavy duty this is. These are the air beams. So the
Wow.
air beam is here, goes like a leg all the way across here. Then it goes down the center, all the way down the center, which gives it great rigidity. And if it's raining, it's not gonna bring, you know how when it rains on a tent and you get a spot where the water wells up, this helps avoid that. And then it runs down all the way there. We have, let me get this off. If I ever had a blowout with one of these, typically when we camp, we would close all of these off. And so if I have a blowout, it's only in one little section. So normally when we camp, these are closed, and when we deflate, we make sure they're all open so we can inflate later. And then I take, you know, I use these things to like hang stuff. So here's my headlamp. I use the corners, there's rings here. I use these little corners to hang lamps and so on and so forth. And you can see how I just hang stuff. This is the front door, which I have tied back halfway.
That's an enormous front door.
Yeah. And so half of it is just complete door, and then the other half I also have mesh here that I, again, can zip up on the inside. So I have a door, I've got the mesh here. Let's come on in. I'm going to take my shoes off. You don't have to take yours off.
Oh, that's all good.
It's going to be a little darker in here because I don't have the windows all the way open.
That's all right. I got good light.
Okay, so this is what we call the living room, and this is my living room couch, which is basically your folding tent chair for 3 people.
Everyone needs a couch.
So there's the plastic window, and you can see the air beams here, the plastic window, and there's the mesh right here that I can zip down all the way, and I can tuck it in further down below, and so on and so forth.
So you can always see out, even when it's pouring down rain.
Yep.
You can always see out because you've got that window. That's awesome.
And this is canvas as well.
Yeah.
So, and when I zip it up, there's Velcro up here. Once it's all zipped up, there's Velcro up here that'll stay.
For privacy.
Yep. So during the day, we like to leave them open. There's pockets all over the place for these things. Like garbage bag there, pockets all the way down. Obviously the chair's in the way. They give me like little loops up here. So if I want to hang lights, I can just undo that. Little clip there. You can see I have like these tiny little string lights in just this particular area. Primarily so we have a tiny little bit of light, so when you get up in the middle of the night to do your business, you don't have to wake up your partner. You have a little bit of light in here, and when I'm sleeping in the back, I don't see these lights.
Yeah.
On the other side, not part of the tent, but I did put up a projector screen. It's fabric, but we can sit here at night and watch movies. And these are actually hanging with rare earth magnets on either side. So we just put the magnets up, and I hang the movie screen. But underneath that is the same side window that we just looked at. Same thing. And again, those can be pushed all the way out to have awnings on either side.
Yeah.
And open doors.
Fantastic.
Moving to the bedroom. When this first was shipped to us, we had a divider all the way down the center, so you could have 2 rooms. And you can already see, I mean, I have most of the windows open. You can see it's a little darker in here. I was saying last night, a lot of people go out of their way to buy blackout tents. This is a blackout tent. If I closed all these windows, you could take a nice easy nap in here. The 2 areas are close to like 7 by 10. The total width is 21 feet by like 11 feet wide. That's generally the size of this tent. So the back room, the way we have the back room set up is Edye has a Zempire monster bed, which is what she sleeps on. It's a combination of an airbed, and a topper that's a self-inflating topper. I sleep on a Teton XXL, and I have a self-inflating mattress on top of that, and that's how we sleep in the back here. I've got fans in here. We actually have a tiny little heater. So last night, it got down to the mid 50s last night. I turned this little heater on, and it was a comfortable 70 degrees in here last night. So these, as you can see, I can close this off as well. I keep them open, and if we come back here,
I like the foam pad on the end of the cot, so you don't hit it.
You're stepping on foam the whole way through.
Yeah, I can feel the foam under my feet.
It's nice, right?
Yeah.
And so these are the windows on either side of the bedroom. Again, pockets here.
Yeah.
Pockets here. And I could take these pockets off too as well. You can see I got a strap here.
Yeah.
So big windows on either side.
Lots of airflow.
As soon as I open that up, you can feel
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Right?
It just.
And then a big giant window. This goes all the way down in the back. I'm not going to zip it all the way, but an incredible amount of airflow. And then I don't know if we need this or not, but you know how sometimes tents can get a little damp? Mm-hmm. And we actually took your advice last night, and we left the windows a little bit open, and everything was dry in here.
Yeah, okay.
So your advice worked perfect, as long as there was some ventilation here instead of us closing all the windows and then breathing all that moisture out of our bodies.
Yep.
We left the windows open, a little bit crack on either side, and everything was dry. So I don't know that we actually need this. This is one of those dehumidifying bags.
Yeah.
And I don't see a drop of water in here. So I think what you suggested last night worked.
Yeah.
And then there's little holes for like the electrical wires, like here.
Oh yeah.
You can see. And there's one behind the refrigerator, which is where I start all the electric. So and these are like little zippies here that we can use. So I just kind of run the electric through there. Pockets over here as well. And this is Chopin.
Yeah, get me on camera, stupid. You should speculate. I'll be on all these videos. I'm Soapy.
And that's our dog.
And so, you know, we do hard hitting journalism here on Kemp Outside.
Okay.
And so we have to ask, who is Schmoopy?
Oh. So our friend Joe made this pillow for me. Schmoopy is actually an expression they use in a Seinfeld episode. So they call me Schmoopy because everybody loves Schmoopy.
Everybody loves Schmoopy.
Yeah. So I sleep with two pillows and a Schmoopy pillow.
Okay.
Between my knees, actually.
Yeah.
And that is the Zempire tent. I love it. This is our third time using it, and I really do think it's kind of like bomb shelter-ish, right? I don't have any of it staked down.
Yeah.
But the thing that I am excited about inflatable camping in general is on much windier days, when your tent when your tent poles start to snap because they don't give in the wind, this will bend, but it's always going to pop back,
right?
Because it's filled with air. So I think inflatable camping is the future of tent camping.
It's incredible. I want one of these so bad. It is so cool.
It's a nice tent.
Yeah.
It really is. I'm really, I mean, for someone who's owned a lot of tents over the years, this is the best thing I've ever owned.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zempire makes really good products, and this is just one of many tents that they have.
Yeah.
So yeah, ZempireCamping.com is, but again, it's a company from New Zealand, and those people really know how to hardcore camp.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to have this right now, and it's really worked out, and it's been fairly easy to put up, really easy to put up, and a little bit of work to take down. But I can still take this down, roll it up, and have it in the bag faster than I can take down all the aluminum poles out of my Marmot, which is a great tent. I can pack this down faster than I can the Marmot.
Yep.
So there you go.
Yeah. Well, thanks for showing it to me, Stu. And I know we're going to let Edye come in here and read her book and stuff, so we better get out of her space. But But thanks so much for showing it to me. This is incredible, guys. I'm going to put a link down in the description below to Zempire so you guys can check this out. Obviously, it's not an affiliate link. I'm not an affiliate for Zempire, but I got to figure out how to become one. I think I have a Zempire in my future. I love my Kodiaks and I love my white ducks, but this is sweet. I am a canvas tent lover, but this is next level. This is awesome.
All right.
All right, thanks, Stu.
Thanks, Kev.
Well, guys, we said goodbye to Edye and Stu today as they had to go home. Barb and I are staying here one more night. We had a good time just hanging out at the park today, but now it's time to cook dinner. I picked up some pork chops from Aldi's. Guys, check these things out. They're enormous. Look how thick those are. It's going to take a while to get those cooked. Doing it on the griddle. I love cooking stuff on an iron griddle, guys. It's fun to cook on a flat top. This is a Bass Pro Shops propane camp stove. It's a 3-burner with a lodged griddle. I cook on that a lot. I'll put links down below where you can pick up something like this if you're looking for something. This is kind of like an alternative to a Blackstone, where you can have the camp stove if you want it, but when you want the griddle, you just add the griddle on top. And then over here, guys, I have corn and stuffing. Everybody say hi to Ellie. Ellie girl. Yep, say hi. Yep, so we're gonna cook dinner. It gets dark early this time of year, so I'm trying to get everything cooked in the daylight. We're gonna eat by lantern light, I think. I'm gonna get back to work. And it's time to eat. Looks pretty good. Well, guys, we had a great dinner. It's our last night here, and you know, it gets dark at 5:30. So it's a little past 6:30 at night, and we're sitting outside, and it's a beautiful night, right? I can't complain. It's nice and cool. The bummer about this park is that there are no fire pits, right? And I don't have a portable fire pit. Well, I mean, I don't have one that I brought because I just assumed that it had a fire pit, fire ring that we could, you know, have a fire in. So we're just kind of sitting outside. I don't know how long we're going to sit outside tonight, but just sit outside for a while and just enjoy the evening. But it is one of the downsides of camping this time of year is it gets dark so fast. So we're burning some propane lanterns to give us some light at the site, and we're going to hang out for a bit, and then we're going to call it a night. We roll home tomorrow. I am going to do a campground review for this park, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that little bell icon that notifies you when I release new videos. And oh, by the way, if you're not a subscriber of Little House of Beans, definitely go over there and subscribe as well. I love those guys. It is so fun to camp with them. I know we're going to be doing a lot more camping together as time rolls on. Barb and I are entering a new season of life where we're going to have a little more time to do some more camping. So we're excited about that. We didn't do a lot of camping in 2025 compared to past years. So really looking forward to hitting 2026 hard on the camping side of things. And of course, we're going to do more boating, we're going to do more hiking, we're going to do more gear reviews, campground reviews, all the stuff that you love here at Camp Outside. We're going to be doing a lot more of that as well. So definitely stay tuned and hang out with us. And if you guys see us when we're on the road, you know, we have a very unique trailer. So if you see us rolling down the road, honk at us, wave, all that kind of stuff. And if you see us out and about, guys, I carry Camp Outside stickers, so I'd love to give you a Camp Outside sticker if you see us out and about, whether that's at the boat ramp or the campground or at a rest area somewhere or wherever. Definitely stop us and say hello. So, guys, I'm Kevin, and this is Camp Outside. We're your inside source for all things outside. We exist to help moms and dads take their kids camping, hiking, fishing, learn about nature, and develop a conservation ethic. Want to help you get you and your kids outside. So if you have any questions about camping here at Bill Frederick Park, I think is the name of it, Bill Frederick Park in the city of Orlando, which is pretty wild. This is a pretty nice park for the city of Orlando and a really nice campground. And guys, I should also mention this, it's very, very affordable. If you're staying at the theme parks, Disney World, Universal, SeaWorld, Epcot, Animal Kingdom, wherever you're going, if you need an inexpensive place to camp while you're hitting the theme parks, check this place out. It is awesome, and it's very, very affordable. So with that, guys, I am going to close out the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you outside.
Bye.